Alright, so we're here in Toronto at the British Consulate on Bay Street. Patriots have arrived to support Tommy Robinson. He's been jailed for 13 months. He's in a UK prison. Reports have come out that it's highly concentrated with Muslims. Tommy Robinson risks getting beaten up or in jail. He was just reporting on a trial involving alleged rape gang members. He's outside of the trial, outside of the court, posting on social media where he was arrested and within a few short hours jailed for 13 months. He's found guilty of being in contempt of court. As well, he had violated some sort of peace bond agreement that he signed into for a previous offense. And government obviously looking to make an example out of Tommy Robinson. Patriots across the West are outraged. Here in Toronto, many Patriots have showed up to show their support for Tommy Robinson, to display their outrage against the UK government for imprisoning Tommy Robinson. What a world we live in when reporting on rape gang members will get you in trouble. Our government is more interested in, or our governments, I should say, Western nations are more interested in suppressing free speech than properly cracking down on Islamic fundamentalism, accurately reporting, giving the information to the masses. Instead, they would rather spend resources, spend time cracking down on social conservatives like Tommy Robinson, who constantly fights to expose the threat that is Islamic fundamentalism. So we have Patriots here in Toronto at the British Consulate protesting in support of Tommy Robinson, demanding that Tommy Robinson be freed. We had some chants earlier. We have some rebel media on the scene. We got hijab hoax. Free Tommy Robinson. Hijab hoax. Can I get a big free Tommy Robinson?
Free Tommy Robinson. Let Lawrence Southern in. Rebuild liberty. No censorship.
Hijab hoax, everybody. We have people in from all over Southern Ontario. People have made the trip down to Toronto. We have some alternative media here, as I was just showing. Rebel Media is here as well. I was talking to a gentleman earlier who was disgusted with how Britain has transformed within his lifetime. I was talking to a few people who were commenting on how it's interesting that the left is now fighting to suppress free speech, and it's the right that is advocating for freedom of expression in the West now. Has the pendulum swung. So we have patriots from all different flavors and walks of life here. Probably get some chants in a while, in a little bit.
From the States, he lives up here, but he's M103, all of that stuff.
No, but I'm sure he's a real nice guy.
Would you mind if I got a little interview with you here, Laura? Laura and Mary, do you mind if I get a little interview? So how did you ladies find out about this protest? Facebook, right? Social media, the power of social media. Because you know you're never going to hear about these things through the mainstream. I haven't even heard a peep out of the mainstream about Tommy Robinson.
Nobody's
talking about it.
It's us. It's the citizens things that have to get the word out. This is how we have to do it.
Right.
It's up to you, Robert, and people like you to go out and inform us of what's happening. And this is where you get the people to come out and know what
Absolutely. And there's protests happening all across Canada. I think Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. Oh, Winnipeg too. Wicked.
as well, I saw, because there was a whole list of what Canada was talking about as far as
Awesome.
That's fantastic. And I think there's some in Australia as well. I think something was going on in Australia too. So it's fantastic. We have to stand up for each other. Whether we like the individuals or not, these individuals are standing up for real issues. And I think talk is fantastic. Regardless of the controversy around it, I say God bless you for exposing this and bringing it to the forefront. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that, the law is not on our side. That's what it's coming down to now. We're defending the criminals and we're arresting our citizens
Yeah.
that are exposing the crowd.
13 months in jail for exposing rape gang members.
That would be like you being called in.
Yeah.
I'm standing out there and everybody knows about
And it's bad.
the cover up. We're all aware that the politicians use the cover up. Is that why you
Our own governments. Our own governments are the real enemies. As much as Islam is a true threat, our own people are selling us out.
I don't want to say that revolutionary, but I'm going to say it. But it's up to a citizen to take our country back and under control. Because our politicians are not for us. They're not for the people. They're not for law abiding. They're not respecting the laws. Yet we're supposed to. And you, once you catch the criminals, what do? Catch and release? Or you give them like a legal...
In the trial, like, oh, Tommy knew this was going to happen, and snickering and smiling. People are even saying he was smiling out front of the window.
That's the kind of guy I like to...
Yeah. No, they're definitely trying to make an example out of anybody they can, and what better of a person than Tommy Robinson, right? Like, England is going through a crisis. It's even worse in Britain and in Canada. Like, whether it's terrorist attacks, the direct Islamic presence in the government, out on the streets, Sharia law is really taking hold in certain places. You have the no-go zones. Yeah.
Our freedoms, and we need to stand up and when I mean by fight, it's not a conventional war like the old days where you gear up and saddle up and get into your tanks and look. This is being done internally with our government, within our schools, and we need to stand up as citizens if we want to maintain what our ancestors fought for, our freedom. We need to do this. All of us.
Right. And the last thing we should be worried about is reporting on events like this and then getting thrown in jail. We can't even talk about it. We're supposed to. They expect us to tolerate it and not even talk about it. This is. Yeah. Yeah. Right. It is. The mainstream media does absolutely nothing. If it wasn't for alternative news, if it wasn't for people like, Lauren Southern getting the information out there right away.
And that's how we do it.
Yeah.
We cannot rely on the mainstream or the mainstream media.
Right.
We have to rely on independent, alternatives, and people like yourselves that get out there and, bring us, to a story.
Awesome. Yes, we need real news. It's crazy. CBC, City TV, all the Canadian news outlets, I haven't heard anything about it, and people have taken to the streets all across Britain, right? Like, there's protests, almost even riots breaking out. Why is it the mainstream report? This is big news, right? Like, they would get some ratings for this. There's a deliberate effort to suppress this information, yeah. Yeah.
And news that affects back to us our freedom. That's what it comes down to. And I'm not willing to stay quiet about it.
Thank you. Awesome. It's good to see so many Patriots actually speaking out. Thank you so much for talking to me. I'm sure I'll see you guys around afterwards.
Can't get rid of us.
No.
How's it going, man? Are you guys taking off?
Okay. Thanks for coming out, man. Definitely appreciate it. Proud of your boy. right, so I'm gonna continue to cruise around a little bit, give you guys a little bit of a pan of the area here, a shots of what we're looking at. Appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday afternoon. We weren't sure if we were gonna see some Antifa. Antifa is notorious for showing up at rallies that I attend, but today it seems like we're free of Antifa and their shenanigans. Gonna come in for a couple more interviews, let you guys see what's happening. I like the sign, buddy. I like the sign. Nice and simple. Get the message out there. Just Google it. Just Google it. We have another sign here, Free Tommy. We're getting some support from the masses. That's what protesting is all about. That's what rallies are all about, is getting the message out there, networking with other people, bringing in some alternative media. How you guys doing today? Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. How'd you guys hear about this rally? Social media? Oh, awesome, wow. My apologies. Okay, great. Usually, sorry? Wicked, wicked. So, what do you think about the trial in general? What are your guys' thoughts? Tommy Robinson reporting on a trial involving rape gang members and being wrongfully, in my opinion, being wrongfully jailed for 13 months. He needs to be released. Absolutely. Today, like yesterday. There's the British consulate here. We're at 777. I'm gonna do a little zoom in. We're at the British consulate in Toronto protesting against the yes, they do. They need to let Lauren Southern back into the UK. Thanks very much for talking to me. I'm gonna stroll around a little bit more, get some more people on the camera for you guys. Please give a like if you're enjoying this video. Help spread it around. Give it a share as well. Go the extra distance. If you haven't already subscribed to Propaganda TV, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Hey guys, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? A couple questions on Tommy Robinson? Are you a big fan of Tommy Robinson? How long have you known Tommy Robinson? You've been following him for a while? Excellent, excellent. So do you think Islam is a significant threat here in the West? Free Tommy Robinson! Tommy Robinson! Getting support from the passerbyers.
Stand up for Canadian value! Stand up for liberty!
I totally agree, though. We are connected to England. Our forefathers, our settlers, so many came from England.
500 million people in India voted for a national party that opposes
I didn't see Nathan Phillips score.
You know why they did that? Because we don't want.
I did not even hear about that. Wow. I'm going to check that out. You guys too, check that out.
We need to elect the right leader.
Yeah.
That means get rid of Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, thank you very much for talking to me. I appreciate that. Awesome. Hey, you guys have anything you want to say about Tommy Robinson?
Somebody who stands firm.
Free Tommy Robinson! So you find out about this rally through Facebook, social media? Awesome, right on. They're getting some more support.
Support the movement.
Yeah, social media is probably the best way to spread the news.
July 14th, we're doing a huge rally with the Canadian Combat Coalition. Canadian Combat Vets are doing a huge rally for patriotism. July 14th, Ottawa, Ontario. Look for Canadian Combat Coalition.
Asking the tough questions. That's the only way we're going to get the right answers. Absolutely. What's your name? Brooke? Thanks for talking to me, Brooke. What's your name? Nicole, right on it. All right, girls, I'll see you in a bit. All right, so as you can see, everybody here is in support of Tommy Robinson. Everybody here is in support of free speech. Seems like pretty much we're all awoke on the dangers of Islamic terrorism, Islamic fundamentalism, creeping Sharia. People want to expose the threat. You can't blame them. People are pissed that one of their heroes, one of their leaders, Tommy, has been in prison for 13 months. He was arrested and within hours, jailed. His friends, many of them are not allowed in the country. Lauren Southern, I believe Brittany Pettibone as well. I know she wasn't permitted to enter before. I don't know if she's actually banned or if it was just kind of like a one-time thing. Apparently, Tommy is guilty of breaking some sort of technicality with respect to the law and reporting on trials that involve large groups. Apparently, these types of trials are supposed to be done in segments, and they don't permit the media to report on the early stages of the trial because it could compromise the later half of the trial. That's hey, right on. We're getting support, more support. So yeah, I mean, 13 months for a technicality seems to be absurd, and as well, other mainstream media had reported on this trial. Tommy wasn't saying anything that the public didn't already have access to. So clearly, the government is trying to make an example out of Tommy. Judge is trying to make an example out of Tommy. And there is an effort to crack down on any form of social conservatism all throughout the West, especially in England. Doesn't matter if you're questioning Islam, if you're opposed to mass immigration, if you're against this multiculturalism that they're trying to force on us, if you question Jewish influence or Jewish power in the West, doesn't matter. You question any of it, you risk being shut down. You risk being thrown in jail. And that's why patriots have gathered today. We're tired of this. We have an alternative news member here in Toronto, Kevin J. Johnson, who's actually been charged for hate crime with respect to encouraging people to investigate Islamic fundamentalism in the school system. You know what? At these events, I usually am. What's your name? Deborah, nice to meet you. Nice to have an opportunity to talk. We'll get a little moment of say hi to the camera. No problem. See you in a bit, Deborah. Would you like to say something about Tommy Robinson? Pagans being targeted by the Muslims? Absolutely. Oh, yes.
From what I've read, maybe in 2014, Islam is still persecuting pagans for practicing sorcery and still burning them at the stake.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me. Islam historically, I mean, right from the get-go, right? Muhammad, he hated the pagans. He had a war against them to try to kind of unite the potential Muslims. So, and you know, Islam, they always hold a grudge. They never forget. They never forget. It's interesting though. That's a story that doesn't really get covered. You hear about Christians, you hear about Hindus, even Buddhist monks being persecuted against Muslims, but you never hear of pagans.
stuff. But women are allowing themselves as Muslims to be put down in areas that they stole from us. And they're thinking that they're trying to tie in Philippines with Muslims. Not true.
No, not true at all.
The way I say it is that they practice this thing where women and men are equal, and I have very good male friends around there. Some of them are actually most of them live in the UK.
Yeah.
And they hold women in their
Well, a very interesting point. I think more needs to be talked on that subject. You know, you don't really hear too much about paganism in modern days, but there are still pagans out there, people that practice, may not fully believe in all of the religion, but certain aspects of it. What's your name? Cindy. Nice to meet you, Cindy. Thank you very much for talking to me. Sorry?
I think we're Facebook friends.
I think so, yeah. It's hard to keep track of everybody, but it's nice to get an opportunity to meet you in person. That's right.
Will not go quietly into the night.
Stick it to them. All right, I'm gonna go do some more interviews. It's very nice talking to you. All right, so we just had another little chant on the go. Maybe we'll get another one. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you too, man. Good to see you out here. So what do you think about Tommy Robinson and being jailed for 13 months?
Two different issues. Tommy Robinson is one entity. The way he was put in jail has nothing to do with Tommy the person.
I like the way you answered that.
Well, it really is two different issues.
So-
because what put Tommy in jail could very well put you, me, these two ladies, or anybody else standing here today in jail for the very same bogus, corrupt issues implemented in the very same unfree and undemocratic and unlegal process.
Are you aware of any of the details with the case, Tommy Robinson's particular?
No, to tell you the truth, I haven't. I hate to use the word wasted my time looking at it, but in reality, the legalities of the case will be dealt with within the legal system in Britain, which we as Canadian citizens have no input to. So I feel my energies are better spent here in Canada than worrying about how the British law system interprets itself.
Right.
That's what we're
You look at it at face value, you see a man going to jail for reporting on Islamic extremism.
doing what
His own women are essentially being raped in his own country by foreigners. And he's thrown in jail for 13 months. That doesn't sit well with too many patriots, regardless of the information that you know.
In Canada, we just don't know about it because our government is hiding it from us. Okay?
Yeah.
Our government's real good at hiding things, and I won't get into that whole
That's a
we're
whole.
not confederated and that sort of mess. I won't get into that here because that's not why we're here today.
I really like your shirt, man. Sorry, I just caught it right now. Freedom isn't free.
I want the
Reminds me of that South Park song. Yes.
I was one of the founding members of the Bikers' Rights Organization here in Ontario. And these shirts, I had these made up in 1990 when we were protesting against the Bob Ray Communist Party, I mean the NDP party, when they took over Queen's Park and brought in no insurance. It was a mess, and motorcyclists fought hard against it. This one and one more, the only two I have left out of about 1,000 shirts that we had made up way back in the 1990s. So yeah, I've been playing this demonstration, government screwing us over game for a long damn time. And back in my day, because I'm old as dirt, if we'd have had the internet, if you have today, Ronnie, back in the early 90s, late 80s, if we as citizens had the kind of access to information that's available today, this society would be totally different now. It would. It's only through the information age that we as citizens are seeing what's causing the corruption in our government. We're seeing now through exposure to the laws that don't exist, we see why our government doesn't consult the people. Because they don't legally have to. There's no law that says your MPP or your MP cannot vote on an issue without input from the people. There's no law that requires the government to consult the people that elect them. Once they're elected, the law says they can do whatever they want.
Yep.
That's why so many
Nobody voted on the Multiculturalism Act of 1988.
I never voted
Nope.
on- I never voted on
And that's
the
what's fucking us.
Freedoms and rights.
Yeah, there you go.
How the hell can we have a constitution even though we don't?
And then when we-
like in Charlottetown failed, but how can it be my constitution if I never even voted on it?
Yep. Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Thanks for talking to me. What's your name, sorry?
Duke Willis.
Duke Willis.
Spoke on the phone
I know
the other night with Stephen Meyer.
I remember that. We got to speak again.
My number's nine. Anybody that's watching, you want to talk to me? 905-359-3906. That's been my cell number for 20 years. It ain't gonna change ever.
All right.
Duke Willis, DUKEWILLIS @gmail.
Okay, thanks, man.
See you, Ronnie.
Awesome, man. Right on. So yeah, I get some comments here. People saying can't necessarily hear everything that's going on with these interviews. Lots of noise happening, lots of traffic in that. I'm working with my cell phone and a selfie stick right now, but I'm sure you guys can hear most of what's happening anyways. I see Volkwave say this guy is based. Somebody said I just texted him. That's awesome. And he's aware that I have a fairly decent following, so it's gonna get out there to people. He knows what he's getting himself into. I like how someone says Rebel echoes. Yes. The way that I look at the Rebel is they're neither friend nor foe. I'm not gonna sit here and cheerlead Rebel media, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to bash them because, heck, they do a good job of bringing people in to the fold. You know what I mean? I kind of look at the alt-lights, civic nationalism as like a gateway drug to the more hardcore stuff, the real red pills. You know, you got to go through Rebel media before you can get to Black Pigeon Speaks, before you can get to something like Alternative Hypothesis or JF live streams, or the one and only Richard Spencer. So I'm gonna get a little shot of the beautiful dog here. We even have dogs protesting. It'd be amazing if like he could just like bark out, "Free Tommy Robinson." How's it going, man? Everything going good? Right? Do you want to say something about Tommy Robinson? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna come just a little close because it's hard for people to hear without a microphone. Sorry to be crashing your scene.
Sure, and so many people walk by here, right? They don't, never mind, don't know Tommy Robinson. They don't know anything about the grooming gangs. They don't know anything like that. It's plagued throughout England. You look up CBC, and you go Google CBC and grooming gangs, CBC Rotherham, CBC Telford, CBC Rochford.
What do you find?
CBC whatever else, right? You find one story.
One story.
One story, not even a story. On CBC radio, you have to kind of scroll through it, and they mention it was some Asian men, and very vague. Don't mention any of the real important facts behind it, right?
Okay. Can you speak just a little bit louder? I got some people saying it's a little bit hard to hear.
No problem, right? I mean, like everybody's scared to say the fact that it's a disproportionate amount compared to the population of Muslim men that are committing these rapes, raping young girls all throughout England, throughout Europe, very likely, right?
Yeah.
And nobody's reporting upon it, right?
If it wasn't for social media, how the hell would we even know about it? If it wasn't for people like Tommy.
Put a bit of a light on it, and they shut him down immediately, right?
Yeah.
And here we don't even have to be speaking up, but I mean, there's no mainstream media here, there's nobody speaking about that. And like I said, right, any of these stories, whatever else, right, it was a bunch of white guys raping kids, like brothers, fathers, sons. It's familial rape gangs. It's like, it's very unique to this culture that's coming there, and they're importing it, and nobody's doing anything about it. And it's sad.
Yeah, it is. And then when you do report on it, you end up getting thrown in jail for 13 freaking months. You know,
You're considered, you're called the xenophobe, Islamophobe, the racist, whatever else, right? I mean, like, well, they're excluding others. I guess we are, if that's the case, right? But I mean, people need to know what's going on.
yeah, it's getting to the point where somebody wants to call me an Islamophobe. It doesn't even mean anything to me anymore. Being called a racist or a Nazi or a white supremacist, I just laugh at that shit now, because they'll call everybody from Andrew Scheer to Donald Trump to Lauren Southern to Ben Shapiro even a Nazi. It's losing all meaning, right? So they can try to pick us off one by one. But what I really like what's happening right now with respect to alternative media is you have people like Lauren Southern, Brittany Pettibone, and Tommy Robinson, obviously, who kind of have networked and formed this little like gang of influencers, and they're able to help each other out, get the information out there. And I think we need to be doing that more in general, just working with other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, and just getting it out there as much as you can.
Right, and they'll see, right? I mean, like, basically these days, it's like you're either a cuck, who's a self-hating white person, or you're a Nazi. There's no in between.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So,
Yeah, well said, man. Thank you very much for talking to me, Pat. Right on. I really appreciate what he had to say there. Hopefully you guys could hear everything. It is a little noisy, and I don't have a microphone because we are going live from my camera. Give you guys another shot here from a wide shot. Maybe I'll, can we flip it around? Yeah, flip it around. Hey guys, how's it going? So yes, we are here at the British Consulate in Toronto. My name is Ronnie Cameron, if you don't know. I'm the host at Propagander TV. And behind me we have patriots from all different flavors, all different sizes, gathering in support of Tommy Robinson. I hope you guys can hear me. It is a little noisy. And as I said, I don't have a microphone, so bear with me. I appreciate all the comments too, helping me out. I'm gonna pull back just a little closer. We have roughly, I think about 30 people here now. We had a little over 50 at the peak of the protest, which is pretty good. This rally was put on, I think it was organized on like Wednesday. So just within a few days, we were able to get a bunch of patriots out here in Toronto. As well, there are protests and rallies happening across Canada, Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, Edmonton, a whole bunch, pretty much all the major cities. I'm not 100% what the turnouts are. I haven't looked into that. I've been basically here live all day. There is a video that I posted earlier available on my Facebook profile, so you can check out Facebook and see the video that I put up earlier. And yeah, it's great to see patriots come out in support of Tommy Robinson. It is a Friday. It's at 12 o'clock, so you know, I'm sure a lot of these people have taken the day off work, or perhaps a little extended break on lunchtime, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it's great to see everybody out here on such short notice during the week. And we also had a forecast of rain too. It's supposed to thunderstorm. So excellent job. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who came out. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. I mean, it's not like you guys are here, but thank you for tuning in and watching. And please give the video a like. Please give it a share. I'm gonna switch the camera back around and probably get some more interviews for you guys. For those of you who don't know, this is Rebel Media in front of me doing a little bit of reporting. Just gonna eavesdrop on these guys for a little bit. Do you guys mind if I eavesdrop on your conversation with the camera?
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing good, man. Good to see you again. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Wicked. I'm live right now on Propagander YouTube. Yep. So what do you think about Tommy Robinson and this whole fiasco?
Disgusting. He's the canary in the coal mine for what's going to happen here. They're seeing how outraged people won't get. They're seeing if the media can consistently miscover this, not cover it, omit coverage, and just report that, it's some racists. Just condition people. Give them the same message over and over.
Yeah.
Until there's only 50 of us that, give a shit.
Right. Yeah. Pick us off one by one, divide and conquer.
Marginalize us. We're at the marginalization factor where they're just resting on these words to keep us toxic.
Right.
You know,
Right.
They're going to find you standing next to a Nazi and go, you know what? That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's the guy beside him's ideology, and that's at the root of his grievances.
Yep.
Right.
And what's so unfair is the double standard that's applied. Like if you're on the right and you're associated with anybody who say perhaps maybe even is a Nazi, now you go up in flames. Where if you're on the left and you associate with even the most diehard Antifa member, oh well, I didn't know. You can just brush it off.
Yeah.
And it's so unfair because the left is causing so much more violence, so much more hate in today's day and age.
Yeah.
And historically, communists killed way more people than the Nazis did. So the double standard is so unfair. It's so frustrating. Yeah, but it seems like more and more people are waking up to it. Tommy Robinson has done a fantastic job of reporting on the various things that are happening in Europe with respect to Islamic fundamentalism. And Canada definitely needs a Tommy Robinson when it comes to Islam. We need a guy with a little bit of money under his...
That's you and Faith, and who else do we have?
You know what? Somebody who just specializes in it. Maybe Sandra Solomon a little bit, you know, but, you know, because Tommy Robinson doesn't really venture outside of the Islamic question. He kind of sticks with what he's good at. And I respect Adam about it because, hey, you know, if you're uneducated about something or unknowledgeable, why shoot your mouth off about something you don't know, right?
Exactly.
So,
he's educated himself amazingly well.
when it, yeah.
He's like a sleeper. He's so super intellectual and informed, but because his vernacular is working class, he's so easy to dismiss. But you're like, this guy's genius, and if you ever talk to him face to face, he'll just address your arguments.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
that's why he's targeted. I mean, and what's easier? Learning that you're wrong, which is already uncomfortable when their egos are fused to this because they're elitists that just point at others and say, look at how unaccepting they are. Don't they know the new world has no borders? You know, like it's this elitist kind of snickering.
Yeah, and nobody ever asked us.
Unlock all the cages at the zoo, bro.
Yeah.
Tigers are gonna like get along just great with the sheep.
Yeah,
You know?
it's unbelievable. And people are just,
It sounds cool. You're inclusive.
yeah.
More thought.
Yeah, it's
You know what? I
virtuous.
love everyone. Take care.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's the easiest path.
It's feelings before thought, and people are basically doing whatever they can do to pander to this multiculturalist, multiracial, open borders type of society that is propping up all across the West. And like I was saying before, it doesn't matter if you're against multiculturalism, mass immigration, Islamic fundamentalism. If you're a social conservative, if you identify as a social conservative anyway, they're out to get you. They're out to deplatform you, demonetize you, and in Tommy Robinson's case, throw you in jail.
No, exactly.
It's absolutely disgusting. Thanks a lot for talking to me, man. I'm gonna make my rounds.
see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Derek, right on. Nice to see you, buddy. Cool.
Good to see you here too.
Yeah,
I was
man.
hoping we could get a chat after
Yeah.
everybody's done.
Absolutely. When we wrap up today, I've been going live the whole time doing my rounds.
I
Yeah.
got the notifications on mine.
Okay, cool.
If anybody gets a chance, check out Rand's Derek on YouTube. I've covered a lot of the same topics as you guys. I
Wicked.
agree a lot with Unite the Right. You know, people need to start organizing. They're gonna do that.
Wicked, man. Are you alt-right? You consider yourself alt-right?
I don't know. I don't like the terms left, right, and everything. I think that's for other people to use to describe your position or where you stand for them.
Yes, I can understand that. Sometimes we get thrown down on a label, semantics get involved in the situation, everything gets cluttered.
Identity politics too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think if you think of your views as anything but centered, maybe there's something wrong. It's up to everybody else to decide if they're left or right for them.
I think ideally being center is good, but because the pendulum has swung so far, being center is no good. We have to be far right because the left has pushed so far left. We need to bring it back to the 1950s kind of way, you know?
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Awesome, buddy.
Cheers, man.
All right, we'll talk after. It's nice to meet you too, man. So as you can see, there's some good people out today, some solid patriots, a lot of friends and followers that I haven't had an opportunity to meet in person have come out today, so that's always fun. It's always nice. If you guys want to support my work, you can check me out at patreon.com/Ronnie Cameron. Oh. Can you guys still hear me? On my end, I can't see anything. Okay, here we go. I think my camera overheated. Or my phone overheated, sorry. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I think, yeah, my phone just overheated. We're right out in the middle of the sun, and I brought my phone over to the shade here, and then it came back on. So it's got to be the issue. I'm gonna just let it cool down. We can have a little chit chat here for the meantime. In the meantime, and as I was saying, if you want to support my work, you can check me out at patreon.com/RonnieCameron, or you can do a quick donation at my website at ronniecameron.com. Just started up a little Patreon campaign. I think I have about like 5 or something right now. It's in the early stages, but I'm going to be providing some behind the scenes footage, some exclusive videos just for patrons. Today, before I arrived at the protest, I was scoping out the scene, checking for Antifa, met a couple of my buddies. I'll be posting that video up on my Patreon account. So I'm gonna move in again. Hopefully my phone is cooled down enough to go back to work. Old Faithful here on the selfie stick. How's it going, man? It's going good. It's going good. So what do you think about Tommy Robinson being jailed for 13 months?
Thank you, David.
Hopefully things are gonna get better. Wow, you never know.
You know what? That's the silver lining here. It sucks that Tommy Robinson got arrested, but hey, it's woken up a lot of people. We're out here on the streets now. People have taken to the streets in Britain all across the West, so that's the silver lining. At least more people wake up because of this.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Maybe that was the plan.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for talking to me, sir. I'll see you around. Hey man, you have anything to say about Tommy Robinson? Anything to say about the trial, being jailed for 13 months? You're gonna have to speak up real loud, man, because we're outside. We're contending with the bus.
What did we all fall to die
Absolutely. I don't know if everybody caught you at home, but I agree and I appreciate what you said, man. Where are you? Are you in Toronto? Are you here in the city, or did you travel down from somewhere? From Waterloo. Thank you, buddy. Awesome, man.
Appreciate that. It's wicked.
But as I said, you know, people coming in from all over the place. Waterloo, that's a travel. That's a few hours on the road, a few hours on the highway. So, yeah, it's nice to see the support from Patriots all across Southern Ontario. As I said earlier, there's a rally being held in Ottawa, Montreal, Vancouver, Edmonton. Canadian Patriots are starting to get their shit together, guys. We have a new alt-right movement forming in Canada. We have many of our alt-right influencers, such as Faith Goldie, Squatting Slav TV, down to myself, Freebird Media. Tons of alternative news, big and small, is stepping up to form a new nationalist movement in Canada. Lawrence, my buddy, how's it going?
I'm good.
I didn't organize this, but I helped promote it. I was, I guess, maybe one of the main promoters or something. Yeah, George Halak is the man, and yeah. No, well, there's one happening in Edmonton, Montreal, a whole bunch of different places, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can let him know that I promote. All right, so we're gonna go talk to the police officer at 777. How's it going, guys? Everything going smooth? Everything good to go? Any worries? Any issues? No. I'm just doing some reporting, just doing some vlogging, you know. Right on. No Antifa or any of those guys, right? I don't. Do you know who Antifa is? Who's Antifa? You don't know.
Because I know where they're going to be next month.
Where they gonna? Oh, okay. So maybe you do know. All right. That was good. Well played, sir. Well played.
Here, I know they're here.
Awesome. He's smart. We got somebody who's wise. Too many police officers don't even know who Antifa is. So I'm glad that you do. All right, guys. Have a good day.
You guys have any
No. I've just been doing promoting. I'm not one of the organizers.
people are asking questions? They had something to hand out.
I agree. I think for the future, that's something that I'm going to include in any of my promotions. Awesome. So yeah, we could use some handouts. Hey, the Robert Jones. Robert, I'm getting too fucking old for this shit, Jones.
Hey, buddy, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
The proud boy, the man of the hour, the Patriot. We're live right now on YouTube, just letting you know. We are live.
Well, I'm actually a former Proud Boy. I'm an independent Proud Boy, you might say.
You're a proud boy. They just scattered, man. I just said Robert Jones's name and they ran. Free Tommy. Let's get a free Tommy Robinson. Free Tommy Robinson. Free Tommy Robinson.